Hey cutie. It has been a minute since I have sat down and filmed. Since May, to be exact. It's been some time. Sorry for the hiatus. That is what we're gonna talk about today, is my little breaky poo from the YouTubes, what has been going on in my life, everything like that, and I just wanted to kind of sit down and talk with you guys. So I'm gonna put some makeup on, and yeah, we'll just chit chat. Well, first, my skincare is all done and on. I've been on a new like skincare journey. I have been absolutely loving skincare recently. So much more. Ooh, I think it's finally time to retire my old. Finally time. Goodbye. But hello, the replacement is the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. This is my 5th one of these I think I've gone through since I've discovered it, and there's no turning back. It's inexpensive. Ulta Beauty is constantly on sale. They're running their own discounts all the time, so usually I only pay like $7. So I always just stock up when they have like an incentive, whether it's a discount or like spend X amount on Ulta and then get like $10 off or like 500 bonus points when you spend whatever on Ulta Beauty products. Usually I'm like, a candle and the primer. Done, dusted. Give me my free stuff. I've been sick recently, so you better believe I've been scheming. I've been planning this whole week whilst being like very under the weather. It's been trying me this week. It's not horrible. I am definitely super congested, but I have like my little YouTube notebook, and I've been scheming, y'all. I have had ideas come up that I want to talk about. I have my talking points for this video. The next video will be my my April progress, and then we'll do a grand reveal for the new palette. And then last thing that I want to really say before we start getting ready is I brought this one new palette into my collection. I was in the mood for blushes and then went on Lunar Beauty's website because I knew they had blush palettes. I've never tried Lunar Beauty. Figured I'd give it a go. And then also saw that they had this palette, and I don't remember anyone talking about this, even though this is like a pretty not new palette. This has been out for a little while, but I love these kind of colors. This is such a pretty color, and it's so like in this palette, this is such a random color. Let's just put some eyeshadow on because we've primed now. Oof. Still not feeling the best. I am still fighting the hot flashes currently. It's been real fun. Anyway, I'm gonna do my eyes first because that's normally what I start with, and I'm just gonna use shades in here. I'm not gonna tell you what shades they are, sorry. It'll be in the description box kind of thing. So, why did I disappear? Honestly, real life just happens. I don't have like a big excuse. Real life just happens. I got burnt out when I did, so I feel like I'm my own worst enemy in a lot of cases. I did in March was my last, like I posted for the last time in March other than now, and it was I had it set out in my head that I was going to do something like March Makeup Madness, and we were going to post for a week, and like it was going to be a thing. I should know myself by now. When I do stuff like that, I end up burning myself out. I definitely burnt myself out by posting too much. I just, like everything going on at once in terms of YouTube and feeling like I'm not going as fast as I need to be, and then couple that with just like things going on in my real life, like work and home and all that kind of stuff. So I think in March I had just gotten done being sick from a trip we went on in February, and funny, I'm currently recovering from a illness from something that happened last week. I just burnt myself out posting too much too fast like that. I needed a little bit of a break, and then really I was only going to give myself a couple days off, and then a couple days just turned into, okay, well I have a big presentation that is the first time I'm doing said presentation. We do them quarterly at my work. but since I've gotten my promotion, it was my first one, and since then I've had one other one. I got really stressed out about acing my presentation basically, and I kind of wanted to focus on that, focus on my job. Then again, it was going to be just like a week or so. A week or so turned into a much longer week or so. Not a week went by that I didn't think about coming back, but I know I've spoken about this before, but I have fear of letting people down and like disappointing myself, and then I'm procrastinating because don't want to feel that feeling, so I just kind of put it off. But putting it off makes you feel the feeling of stress more. Procrastination anxiety is, I think, what that is. It's stressful. It is super, super stressful, and I do it to myself. So I am literally my own worst enemy. And the only way that you can combat that is by just doing the thing that you tell yourself you're gonna do. And honestly, sometimes it just takes 5 minutes for you to jumpstart that thing. In terms of like me filming, me editing, it takes 5 seconds and 5 minutes. And usually I'm like, okay, like why was this so scary for me? But it's like that mental block where it's just like, I've let everyone down and everyone's going to be upset, and I don't want people to be upset. So why would I put myself in a situation where I know I'm disappointing people? And I feel like you guys aren't even disappointed. It's just my own crazy brain thinking that people are going to be upset at me, and that's not the case. I know that's not the case. When I watch people and those individuals are like apologizing for like this, that, and the other, all I can think is, your real life happens, and like you owe it to no one on the internet to like apologize for just like going through life. But here I am holding myself up to like such a different expectation. It can be exhausting. Here is me just trying to get back into this, trying to get back into like the joy and my hobby, and just I really enjoy content creating, and I enjoy like the process of editing. I like enjoy all of the aspects of it. I like watching my makeup get used up too. Like it is so satisfying to like see this. I know I haven't posted, but I am still tracking and making goals in like my iBank, like all of my, that's like the thing that makes me the most annoyed at myself, is I've been doing all of this work on the side and then just haven't been like talking to you about it. Losing my train of thought because I'm just like all over the place. Back in April when all of this stuff was happening, there was a lot going on at work. I work for a distributor, and my customer, we handle, and like my team of people handle like their inventory. There's been like a lot of changes at work, not in my department, but other departments that directly impact my department and what I do, i.e. making sure my customer has their product. And like there's just been a lot of restructuring, and it's been a lot. And in the midst of all like my sales meeting that I was getting ready for, there was just a lot of stuff happening in like the background of my job that was making other parts of my job a little bit more challenging. There was like a line down, which means I'm about to shut my customers down, and that can't happen. So like there was a lot going on. It was just very stressful for me for like a brief snapshot in time. I was feeling a lot of the pressure for work. Like everything was just kind of compounding into like a 1 to 2 month time span, and it really left me with nothing else in the tank. Sometimes one thing has to give, and unfortunately the one thing that had to give was me enjoying this hobby in like this space. I've been loving my job, but it's been a very big learning curve trying to like figure out the different aspects of my job, different things that I've never had to do before. I like my job. I actually really love my job. I'm really happy. I'm really content with it. I've met some really incredible people through my job, and I'm really, really thankful for where I'm at. This is, I feel like, going to be a trust the process kind of work by the way, because I think I know these colors do not go together, but I have another product that I want to layer and see if it's something that I can make a like red bronze and a green gold look okay with. On top of just like the job stress and like feeling all of that, I definitely was really uninspired with my projects. And namely, I think I just bit off way more than I should have at the beginning of the year. I just had too much going on with the same type of products over and over and over again in different projects. And it's eyeshadow. I had too many projects going on. Project 24 uses where I'm 4 to 5 eyeshadows 24 times, which that was my back burner project and I wasn't like that. However, it still makes me feel pressure that I'm not doing my fullest, you know? So I think taking on too many, oh my gosh, oh yeah. So I took on too much too quickly. It left me feeling really uninspired because there was just too much going on. You know, sometimes too many options is not a good thing. I couldn't focus on one thing, and the one thing I really wanted to focus on, which was my Pan That palette, I felt like I couldn't even focus on that because I have like 20 other eyeshadows I need to touch at any given time. Because my main focus is this palette right here, my Pan That palette, and my No Pan Left Behind, which I'm trying to just touch every single eyeshadow in my collection again. I don't know if next year I'm gonna do a No Pan Left Behind because I've been feeling like I have to touch all of the eyeshadows. I can't, like, heaven forbid, I don't like, let's pretend in this palette I hate this shade. And I'm like, I have to use it even though I hate it. What's the point? Makeup is supposed to be something you enjoy. You're not supposed to be hate panning. I've actually been scooping out products I don't like out of palettes, which is something I've never done before. I don't even want to see it. It's gone. I'm gonna apologize if you can hear my neighbor who is power washing his house right now. It's Saturday. Dave's always out there taking care of business. We love Dave over here. Also, do you like my nails? These are like 2 weeks old at this point, but I've gotten into like trying to do like gel extensions now, and I really like these. These are lasting really well, and I think that this is just going to be something I do now. It'll take an entire day, literally 8 hours. It took me 8 hours to do these. Beauty is pain, or a lot of hard work. Sometimes pain. Have you ever got your mustache waxed? Whew. I forgot to put my brow wax on. I have really loved this e.l.f. brow lift. And then I watched a girl on Instagram explain how you have to use this. You brush it up and out. So you have crazy brows for a second. And then you smooth it down after. Let it dry for a second. Usually gives me enough time to put the wax on that brow. And then I smooth it down. And this makes it a lot less shiny. And it actually keeps the brow hairs down. I really inexpensive, and it's been working real well. On top of that, I guess I want to talk about like my promotion. I guess I still love my job. My boss can be a little scary. I hope she never sees this. She's like smart as a whip, but she's scary, man. Did I just get that all in my hair? I absolutely love my job still. It's really surreal going from a company where I worked before, left because I like absolutely couldn't stand it anymore, coming back and just like having a totally different mindset. And I think that's just one, growing up. Two, I think I was just doing the wrong thing. I think I just realized I like to work and like face customers more than I like to deal with suppliers. It's been really fun. I really like it. I love my account partner, the program manager on the account. He is wonderful. But yeah, I really love my job. I have really great coworkers. I know I've like mentioned it before, but I know it's shocking. I'm introverted by nature, an extroverted introvert. Like I can talk to people, but I'm like, if you told me to go over there and talk to that person, I'd be like, well, I don't even know what to talk about. Like, what if they think that I'm a big doofus and like blah, blah, blah. I have some wonderful, wonderful coworkers that are like super extroverts, and they've like really brought me out of my shell, which has been really, really nice. And we have like very similar interests, not necessarily like with like the makeup and YouTube thing, but like we just have like very similar interests in like big music people that love their dogs, and like people that just love animals and like understand like my mindset and how crazy I get with my animals. So it's been really nice. I don't even have a wet sponge. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? All right, maybe now I'm finally ready to get my act together. It's really nice meeting people that kind of can bring you out of your shell and like bring out the best of you. Because I've had coworkers and like friends in the past who just like genuinely bring out not the best in me, and that's fine. Different seasons of life, and now I feel like I have a better like head on my shoulders. I have like just a much different mindset than I did a couple years ago, and it's really refreshing. It's been concert season also, so actually the end cards of my videos are going to probably be a lot of concert footage and of course animal footage, but we've been seeing so many concerts this year in particular. We used to get concert tickets and kind of blow them off because we were like, well, we don't want to get sick or like whatever. And now it's like, okay, no, we want to like experience stuff still. Like we want to go out and like have these really awesome nights seeing music. That's like Josh and I's like favorite thing, is going and watching bands and music perform. And a lot of the bands from when we were in high school are like coming out with their like 10-year anniversary tour, and we're like, heck yes. Wanted to see them when I was a younger pup, and I didn't get a chance to because my parents, or because I was too young. My parents didn't want me to go to stuff like that, like especially by myself. So it's nice. It's nice having a partner in life that wants to do all of that stuff as well. Actually, it was just our 4th year anniversary this past Wednesday when I'm filming this, the 28th. So that was really nice. We were sick though, so we both have been very, very ill this past week. So we did nothing. We actually had reservations at a restaurant that we had to cancel because we were not going to go out and get everyone else sick. It's been pretty nice. It's been a good couple months. I've really gotten into running with Bandit. Like him and I are constantly, like almost every single day, going on a run. That was another thing too. Like I took my foot off the gas with YouTube because they're like, I get ready at lunchtime to film my YouTube videos later, or like vice versa. I get ready in the morning, I film my videos at lunchtime. I was getting really into running and not really understanding how to manage my time. The most lemon of dog, like mutt rescue that we could have gotten. He's had so many ridiculous health concerns, from like his torn ACLs to this past year. Allergy season for the animals has been really bad. It's not just been my pet, like some coworkers of mine have had dogs and pets that have been really seriously through the ringer with allergies this year. Something with the mold. Bandit doesn't even have like the most severe of severe allergies, but it's enough where it's caused all sorts of headache for us. As I mentioned, I run a lot. Bandit and I are constantly, you notice kind of like he was getting like severely itchy feet. So I'm like, okay, well, his like allergies are just like flaring up. He's licked the inside of his paw pads and it causes it to get really raw. Notice that was happening at like either the very end of July, very beginning of August. I jumped on it right away. Like, this is what we need to do. We're just gonna make sure we do this, this, this. He has like a pair of boots that I'm like, okay, well, at least when we go in and out, like, and to protect his paws, we can put the boots on. This dog, on top of like the allergy issues in between his little toe pads, he then licks his foot so badly, part of his like meaty little paw pad, he licked it off. So we're dealing with that. We're dealing with that for a week. Things seem to be getting better with that. We're like really hyper focused on making sure that part of his foot is healing up. A week later, you notice he ripped a boot off and then he chewed a big chunk of his foot off, what I would equate to our wrist. So that's been a month excursion of this poor dog with his poor foot, and I'm very excited to just like put this behind us. I'm looking forward to when him and I can actually go out and go on a RUN. He is the happiest when he's like a bored, tired puppy. We've been doing some really slow and steady walks, and he likes that, but it's not, he wants to go fast. Ripley, though, is doing fine. He's living his best life. Ripley is such a good boy with his insulin and his like whole diabetes thing. I'm gonna do a follow-up because I think the vet told us that cats are the only species that can like reverse a diabetes diagnosis to see if he's gonna be, if he can get off of his medicine pretty soon. It would be really cool. Like if the fix is like switching his diet to his special diabetes medicine or his diabetes food, if that's the fix and if that is helping his levels like mellow out and not impact his health, that would be the best case scenario, because then it would just offer up a lot more flexibility to Josh and I right now we're like really handcuffed when we have dinner plans. We need to make sure we're at home at certain times, or we're leaving to go to the dinner plans late because we have a cat that has to have his insulin at certain times of the day. He's so good about taking his insulin. Like, he's literally on the counter waiting for us most of the time. Like, there's very seldom occurrences where we're like looking for Ripley to give him his shot. He's like always like, it's time, I'm hungry. On top of that, I've just been like super not interested in the new releases that are going on. I never thought that I would be this person that would be like, the new releases aren't hitting though. They are not hitting like they used to. And it's just a bummer. It is just a big bummer. Maybe it's one, I'm just becoming pickier with what I like, or I'm just realizing how long it takes to use stuff up. I think my eye bank project has been the biggest eye-opener for me, and that's why I've only brought 2 palettes into my collection this year. One in January, one in July, and it's because I'm seeing how much time it's taking me to reach usage goals on eyeshadow. I'm seeing how long it takes me to finish eyeshadows in my project pan. Like, it's been really eye-opening to do that project. Refocused me and like, use the stuff you have. Like, also, the stuff goes bad. Like, do you know how annoyed I'm gonna be when all of my Natasha Denona palettes go bad at the same time because I bought them all like relatively at the same time? That's gonna be such a gut punch. Like, that's gonna hurt so much. I've been kind of bored with the new releases. I've been kind of bored and just like realizing how long it takes me to use products up, and why do I need 7 different primers? 1 primer, or maybe like 2 or 3 primers, maybe not 7, but like maybe an SPF primer, a gripping primer, and a hydrating primer is what I need, like, to do the different days when my skin is feeling different ways. Save your money, save your money. Owning a house is expensive. We just had to buy a dishwasher. So my eye bank, my Pan That Palette, and my No Pan Left Behind have been my primary focuses this year. And really, I don't want to use anything else. I've also been really into reading lately, and I really, if I'm not spending time with Bandit and like exercising or like working out, which is another thing that I've been really into now. I have the Peloton app. I do my Peloton strength workouts, and then I like go outside and I run around. I find I don't have a lot more time. I don't have a lot of time in the day to like sit and like peruse Ulta. Also, I feel like Ulta doesn't even have that many good new, like, I feel like the new releases lately have just not been hitting it. This is the first full face of makeup I put on in over a week now. Feels really good. It feels really good to like feel like myself again. Because I have not been putting makeup on. I have not been doing anything like this, and this is very refreshing. So I don't think I'm gonna put any lipstick on. I think I'm just gonna throw this NYX Butter Gloss on, and I think that's gonna be, do I like that? Do I not like that? I don't like that. I want to put this on instead. But I think this, with like this kind of warmer eye look, will look really pretty with the green and the red. This is the Fantasy Cosmetica Lip Oil in Ifrit. And they smell so good and they feel so good. Thank you for getting ready with me. The next video that's gonna go up on my channel is going to be an old update for my Pan That palette. It's an update I filmed on May 4th. I'm gonna post that. I edited it last night. I'm gonna film another Pan That palette update, so after you see that one, the next one will be like a much late update for Pan That palette. So you'll see 2 Pan That palettes right in a row, but they were filmed very differently from each other. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.
Oh yeah?